Bill, how did you think Kevin played in his return, and what went into the decision to play him?
Well, he's been practicing the last 2 days, and we said, he's felt good. I don't think he had much pain. Obviously, his explosiveness and rhythm's a little bit off, but I thought he did great considering. He missed that. He had 2 blowouts on layups that would have, certainly been 2 more baskets. But I thought he did very well.
You guys kept pace for most of the time, but what do you think was the difference in that one run midway through the second half?
Well, I think that Dennis and Nunn, I don't know exactly how the points went nuts, and then Missy killed us on the short roll a couple of times, in which we didn't guard it at all. And then we had a couple of really bad offensive possessions, cross-court passes, which lead to run-outs. If I'm not mistaken, when we were up 3, Baylor goes on a 13-2 run, and so 3 goes to -8, and then we trade baskets the rest of the game. So, we obviously just had a bad stretch. And when you're playing a good team on the road, you can't afford to have a 4-minute bad stretch like that.
And then I don't think Parker returned after he limped off in that one stretch. Just what was he dealing with, and how's he doing?
He turned his ankle. And I wasn't going to play him, and they told me he got it pretty good. So hopefully he'll be ready to go by Tuesday.
Bill, what was your message to the team after the game?
Same, I actually thought we did some good things. The thing about it is with people in general, and we're all guilty of this, whether it be right or wrong. We only focus on the end result as opposed to the actions and everything that goes into putting yourself in a position to have success with the end result. We had some good possessions, and we came away empty. They had some good possessions. I mean, those runners that Dennis made at the end of the game, 10-foot runners are not exactly the easiest shots to shoot. I mean, they made some plays, and we didn't answer with those same plays. But I actually thought it was a pretty well played game. I didn't think that our defense the second half was near as good as the first half. But I'm leaving out of here not encouraged, but less discouraged than what I've probably been some of our other losses where I didn't think we played very well.
And El Marco had a nice game down the stretch. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it was great to see him make a couple of shots, and hopefully that'll be a springboard for him.
When you cut it to 4, what was the difference the rest of the way? Do you think?
How much time was left, Gary, when we cut it to 4?
I don't know, a couple minutes.
Well, when you cut it to 4 with 2 minutes left, the rest of the game is, do they make their free throws or whatever, and they made their free throws. I thought we put ourselves in a position where we put some game pressure on them at least, but we had a makeshift lineup out there and stuff, and the guys fought hard. They did a good job. Baylor was just better.
Bill, what did you think of Baylor's new arena and the atmosphere today?
It's loud, Whoever hired the architect to make it loud it was a really smart move, and I imagine she's right over here on the wall. But I like it. To me, it looks bigger than 7,000, just because it's so steep. The pitch is pretty steep. I thought it was really nice. I didn't tour the bowels of the arena or anything, but I thought it was great, and it's certainly dozens of times better than what Baylor was playing in before. So I think it's really nice.
Bill, after the game in Lawrence, you mentioned really liking how you all defended the pick and roll in that original contest. How'd you feel about your pick and roll defense today?
I thought the first half it was actually very good, and I thought the second half it actually sucked. So that's what kind of.
You had some success in recent games with the many people coming off the bench at once, but didn't quite get that in the first half today. Just what do you think was the difference in terms of the bench's performance early on?
Well, our bench was really bad to start. I mean, we're playing pretty well, and next thing you know, down 5 or down 6 in a span of 3 possessions. So our bench didn't give us the same thing. You know, I was trying to keep the 5 starters together as much as possible. And Johnny, you know, he's been so good for the entire conference season, but you know, he didn't have as good an outing today, and that kind of threw things off too.